Do you suffer from the healer's dilemma? Wait, what is that, dude? Well, it's something along the lines of being a very big hearted person who loves other people in exponential quantities and gives and gives and gives. Maybe you're an empath. Maybe you consider yourself to be a light worker. Maybe you're somebody that is working in social work or in education, or maybe you work as a coach, or maybe you are a mentor and a teacher. Maybe you work in some other capacity. Where you work and how you do it is not necessarily the important thing. The important thing that I'm identifying here is the place you come from every day with other people, coming from your heart, and the ways that you pour your heart out into the world. Can you resonate, or are you somebody like me who resonates with being a giving, loving, supportive person? If so, let me ask you this question. How much are you flipping the channel around and pouring that back into yourself? Are you somebody that holds yourself to really, really, really high standards, levels of excellence that you're continuing to raise the bar on over and over and over again and pushing yourself harder and harder? Maybe even judging yourself or ridiculing yourself or being very hard on yourself for getting things wrong or making mistakes, or when challenges come along, you blame yourself for everything. If that's you, I've got something to encourage you with today, because I totally understand where you're coming from. It's a place that I am coming into a greater awareness of, that I've operated from for a very long time. A lot of healings happen, a lot of healing continues to happen. If this is something that you want to know more about, come on, my friend. We're going to dig deep into the soil of this together today. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. My name is D. Grant Smith. I am the growth farmer for personal development through the lens of spirituality and storytelling. And if you are like me, you're somebody that has a really big heart and you give from your really big heart all the time to every person that you know, even people that at some point in time maybe might not have been as loving or caring or responsive to you. And maybe it can feel painful and disheartening to give and to love and support other people. Not the giving of the love being disheartening, but what seems like maybe something not coming back towards you, or your love and your outpouring seem to be something that's going all in one direction, but the return hasn't happened. And if that's you, I want to speak to this real fast, because this is something that I've experienced a lot over the course of my life in different ways. And here's something I'm coming into a greater awareness of. This is what has been true in my life and in my story. I love bigly. I'm also really hard on myself. I have a tendency, still becoming greater and greater, or more and more aware of this. And it's starting to change more and more. But I hold myself to a really, 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 really high standard of excellence. And I'm constantly pushing myself forward in more and more and more and more and more growth. And it has helped me be a better teacher. It has helped me be able to have new perspectives and new ways of pouring into the people that I am teaching and the people that I am leading, which has been wonderful and awesome. And I'm seeing the transformation taking place in their lives. But I'm looking at myself and I haven't been satisfied with me. I haven't given myself the credit that I really deserve. And I can be really, really hard on me. And I recognize that a lot of this is conditioning. A lot of this is patterns that I've had. A lot of this is the ways that I was taught and mentored and conditioned, if you want to call it that, from a very young age. And it's not self-love. So if I'm really loving other people, and if I'm really being gracious to other people, if I'm really being kind to other people, why? This is a question I'm asking myself, and I want to encourage you to ask this for yourself too, especially if you feel like what you're doing and putting out into the world is not being reciprocated back to you. I'm understanding that in my life, the reason for that is I have to give myself this love and this grace and this peace and this presence and this compassion too. Because mistakes and challenges and difficulties are a part of the journey. And when we run into things that feel impossible, and when we find ourselves in places where we have no idea what to do, challenges that we didn't see coming, things that we feel we don't deserve, we didn't expect, we did everything we knew how to do, and yet it didn't go the way we wanted it to. It's natural to turn on ourselves because in a lot of ways, that's what we're taught and that's what we're conditioned to do from a very, very young age, to blame ourselves or to blame other people. Blame and criticism and complaining. It's not a way that love really operates. And while I take responsibility for everything that happens in my life, everything that's going on in my life, I recognize it is my consciousness being outpictured. What I'm recognizing for myself, my own healer's dilemma, is that as easy as it is to give love to others, it has to be just as easy for me to give myself that same kind of compassion, that same kind of grace, that same kind of determination. And sometimes maybe even kicking my own butt a little bit in a more loving way instead of a more demanding way. Because as much as, what we're doing here in these creative spaces, these social places, me coming on here and making videos, my intention and my desire is to encourage and inspire and enlighten you. It comes from my heart. It comes from my soul. This is my passion. I love getting to teach. It's such a passionate thing for me. I love getting to encourage and inspire and empower people. It's such a passion for me. This, to me, isn't work. This is fun. This is enjoyment. This blesses my heart to give this to you. And I'm not expecting anything from you. But what I recognize within myself is that I want to also feel that encouragement. I want to also feel that empowerment. I want to also feel that enlightenment. And am I allowing myself to feel that in the now? Or am I expecting and unconsciously wanting something from other people that I haven't been giving to myself? And so I'm just being very, very transparent with you right now here in this space, because I'm going to venture to say that everybody that does what it is that you and I do in any capacity, as well as all of the other amazing teachers here on this platform, on this social media network, that have amazing answers and techniques and tools that they are using to help other people grow, and they're also using in their own lives. All of us are facing challenges. All of us are facing difficulties. And sometimes those challenges and difficulties can feel and seem to be cataclysmic, end all, be all kinds of things. Here's something else I'm learning about this process that really goes into the healer's dilemma, if we want to call it that. Turning the tide against beating ourselves up and judging ourselves and blaming ourselves for maybe not seeing something that seems to be so obvious and so clear now on this side of things can also be a way of us looking at ourselves from a place of going, you know what? I had faith in this. I had belief in this. I believed that there was going to be a different outcome that happened, and it didn't go the way that I saw. But instead of me beating myself up over this, I'm still celebrating the fact that I had the faith and the confidence in myself to push forward and take this risk. I believed in me. And you know what? That's not going to stop. I still choose to believe in me because the divine love and the divine light of the infinite cosmos has always existed within me. And what if this moment right now is an opportunity for me to step out of my comfort zone in the most extreme way and press even more forward into becoming the person that I envision and imagine myself to be? Here's something that's taken place in my life today. Very personal, but I want to share it with you because I believe that it can be something that really changes and turns the tide for you as well, especially in the realm of self-love. There's this beautiful song from a awesome songwriting couple called Jenny and Tyler. And back in the day when I used to work with musicians in the music industry, I had the opportunity to interview Tyler on a podcast that I was hosting. And he's a really incredible man. He and his wife are really incredible songwriters. One of their songs is called I'm Gonna Love You Till the End. Now, it's a very beautiful, a very romantic song, obviously sung between this very loving couple. But here's what's been happening in my world today. When I woke up this morning, I heard that song playing in my head. It's been a while since I've heard it. So for it to randomly pop up in my mind was a different experience. And as I went for my walk this morning and I just got into my heart space, and chose to really feel my heart. I've spent a lot of time in my mind, and my mind hasn't always been kind to me. Oftentimes, the mind isn't kind. It's easy to go into fear mode. It's easy to go into judgment mode. It's easy to go into worst case scenario mode. But you know, our true essence is the observer of everything, the observer of the thoughts, the observer of the feelings. There's this really remarkable teacher that I've watched recently. I think her name is Anna Brown. I'll put a link down below in the this beautiful video that I watched her do that talked about this observerness nature of our divine self. Hopefully it'll encourage you to, along with what I'm sharing with you here. But the observer, the unconditioned consciousness, that's who we really are. And getting into the place where we are really spending time in our hearts and feeling our bodies, feeling love for ourselves. This is really where transformation happens. It helps us get out of the craziness of our mind or trying to change our minds to create a different experience. So that Jenny and Tyler song, I'm going to love you till the end. Here's what I received this morning. It wasn't my mind that was telling me this song, even though that's where I was perceiving it to come from. It was my heart singing this song to me and reminding me that the love that lives within me is going to love me till the end. I got choked up thinking about that. I'm getting choked up thinking about it now because it's a powerful thing. I've been so quick and so easy to give all of my love out to other people. The one person that deserves my love more than anybody else is me. I've been teaching this for a long time, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't practiced it as consistently as I deserve to be doing so. So this has been a wake-up call for me. But singing myself this love song, I'm going to love you till the end. Through challenges and pain and triumphs and victories, I'm going to love you till the end. My encouragement to you, my friend, is to take the dilemma part out of the healer's journey and allow yourself to experience the healing love that you give to other people. Because your love is beautiful. And the one person that deserves that beautiful love more than anybody else is you. I believe in you. And I hope that you believe in you too. I'm going to put a link to that Jenny and Tyler song below. I want you to listen to that, and I want you to allow yourself to hear that song through the words and through the feeling and through the power of your heart. Let that be an anthem that your heart sings to you. And if you get choked up and start crying, hey, awesome. I cried my eyes out a few minutes ago. I needed to get that out because I've been feeling the opposite ways about myself for the past little bit. Really, really hard on me. Really, really not satisfied. Really, really blaming and ridiculing myself for some things. And I don't deserve to treat myself that way. I deserve to receive that from myself. I deserve to feel loved and treasured and chosen. That has to come from me. So as much as I want to experience that from other people and other relationships, everything starts at home. So let that tide that has been going out to this, let the tide of you that has been going out into the coast of the world, turn the tide around and bring it back home to you. I believe it will bless you. I believe it will heal you. I believe it will give you something that can't be described in words. That's my hope and that's my prayer for you. Now, if you'd like to receive more encouragement, more blessing, and continue to grow with me and take what I've shared with you here a step further, I invite you to join into everything that I have available for you in the growth farming community. I'll put a link for that down below. There's all kinds of great resources for you. It's my heart to provide these things for you to help you level up and grow more love and more peace and more harmony and more fulfillment in your life. That's why I do what I do. That's why I'm here. I believe in you. I love you. I'll see you again soon.